Arizona State Sun Devils mount at America Stadium in Tempe. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Ducks will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Arizona State Sun Devils offense will go to work first. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, winning at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. And the Sun Devils will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Running through contact. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Oregon's offense will go to work for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him, and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to...
And it's caught! Touchdown, Ducks!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Dropping back, it's Levin. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got it in the middle, it's Moss. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got it in the middle. It's Crump. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Gets the back moving. He wants to throw it again. Complete to the left. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Finds his tight end.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. The Sun Devils started this drive, backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He's got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Arizona State! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point splits the uprights. They march 78 yards down the field. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Finds a man on the left. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. It's not just a dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
With the catch, it's low. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly. And the Ducks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Moore to the air. He'll throw it. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Caught near the sticks. It's low. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Green. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Casper. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The Ducks with the 1st and 10. Into the house. Touchdown, Oregon.
one of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. UCLA is currently ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Terry Donahue, this has not been a blowout today inside the Rose Bowl. They are up by 7 over Colorado. If anything else happens in this one in the Pac-12 or anywhere else, we'll make sure you know about it, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the first down marker. On the direct snap, it's Udo fighting off the defender. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
And the Sun Devils with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Levin. Sets up the screen. Shakes off the defender. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 20. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. The Sun Devils look to keep this drive humming. Now from inside the red zone. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hamilton. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Quarterback sneak, trying to get a push. And the Sun Devils will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Caught in the backfield. It's Moss. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they tacked on the extra point. So a drive there of 85 yards. So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The give to the tailback. Spins away from the defense. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Grab behind the line. It's Moore. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Moore will throw. And he's kneeling to eat, and he will go down. Final play of the first quarter, and not the way he wanted to end it. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. The Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Catch in the middle. It's Hamilton. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Bringing the heat. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Grab near the marker. It's Moore. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Tackle is made at the 32-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down.
Bunch formation for these receivers. Here's the handoff. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. And here comes the offense on second down. Moore to the air. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Wide open downfield. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. And the Ducks are on the move. They'll run it from the gun. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. The Sun Devils line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Moore will throw. Quick strike complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's low. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Ducks come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Caught in the backfield, it's Hill. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The Ducks will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 20. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He's got an open man. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Moss.
And that's a situation right there where the quarterback is just taking what the defense gives him. The defense is taking everything away down the field. Just take the easy throw underneath.
Using his legs, it's Udo. Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And the Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it from the red zone. And with a hallelujah land. Touchdown, Arizona State!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Looking for the time with the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Florida Atlantic was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Boca. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction.
They'll run the RPO and fire to the right.
Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Moore to the air. Gonna take a shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Looking for more room. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Power football with the run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Caught close to the marker. It's Hamilton. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. They'll go to the air. Fires to the tight end. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Back to pass on second down. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Yeah, in this part of the field, man, those windows shrink, and it's hard as a quarterback sometimes to really force yourself to throw the football. You're sitting in a good spot in second and goal. Just throw that thing away. Don't take the sack and put you in a bad situation.
Now on third and goal, and that earlier sack left them with more ground to cover. Looking for a man. It's Levin. Oh, they're after him. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
On to attempt the try.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that drive covered 40 yards, and the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39 to pick up a 15. To the air on first down. Completes it in the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. The play-action fake. Under fire. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down. And the Ducks are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. They just keep firing. And this is going to be incomplete on third down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He'll take it on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Looking to pass. It's Levin. Pulls it in. It's Hamilton. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. On the direct snap, it's Udo. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line. The Sun Devils come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cross. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Now on first down from the 43-yard line.
Timeout, Arizona State.
Looking to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Cross. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Got his man. defense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And the Sun Devils really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Good timing on the quick out. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Looking downfield on first down. Here comes the heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Pocket breaking down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. And it's third down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there today in Tempe than you do? And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to Frank Kush Field inside Mountain America Stadium.
The Sun Devils will kick it off to start the second half. Let's see what he can do with the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
If I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch up here in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
The Ducks want to crank the tempo. Moore will throw. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Makes the grab down the middle. They make the stop, but this junior loves to show off his arm strength, and he did it there. The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Takes it on the shovel. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Unloads it left. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. And the Ducks send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be right around the 35. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. He'll do it himself. Breaks into the open. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And the Sun Devils with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. pulls and throws off the RPO. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Levitt. Fires to the wideout. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. The quick out. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
The offense right now is moving in the wrong direction. They weren't able to get a touchdown on that first down play, now giving up a negative play on second down. You better be very careful about this third down play call.
Now third and goal and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. And he'll try to knock through a short one, his second of the day, this one from 23. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll bring it out. It's Gresham. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. The Ducks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Moore to the air. And the defense, got him at the 27.
This defense continues to do a great job of not letting a great athlete at quarterback make big plays on them. Great job pursuing him, keeping him in that cage, not letting him get out in the open field because we know he can do some damage. Nice job by this defense so far.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Off the play fake. Unloads it downfield. Wide open, he makes the catch. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. That penalty cost them a third down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. The Ducks will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the fifth kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Got it behind the line. It's Cross. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. The Sun Devils now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going to sling it on second down. Oh, it's picked off, and boy, did this D need that. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. Moore will throw. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Motion from the back. Looking to throw on 1st down. Rushes on him. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Give to the running back. There he goes. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. And the Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He'll keep it himself. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Going for the marker on the ground. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. The Ducks are on the move. Right back to the well. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives into the 10-yard line. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. It's incomplete, and the defense makes the stop and gets the football back. The offense starts this drive in the shadow of its own end zone. Unloads quickly. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And the Sun Devils with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. To the air, it's Levitt. There's the pressure. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
I think if you're the head coach here, it's a bit of a mixed reaction to your passing attack so far in this game. You put up a bunch of yards throwing the football, you've lit up the scoreboard, but you've also given up 4 sacks. Pass protection has been a problem so far in this game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. It's a draw. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Sun Devils will call on their punt team. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. He'll return it from around the 50. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
Yeah, I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball.
Oh, he's got some space. Finally out of bounds at the 21-yard line after the big run. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Running back searching for a hole. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the red zone, it's Green. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Moore to the air. Lets it fly. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Oregon! Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. Off play action on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Moss. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Gives it on the option. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it. Pulls it and fires to the left. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
He'll keep it on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get there.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive in.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. And the Sun Devils will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The negative play leaves him with 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Levitt. Pressure coming. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And, man, this defense added again. They've done this so much today. Affected the quarterback, gotten sacks, forced 3rd and long situations. It doesn't matter about the yards on the drive. Now you put them in a very predictable passing situation.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Oh, they blocked the kick. They stop him short. A 4th down stuff, and they'll have a chance to pull one out late.
Oh, and the defense needed that, right? If that field goal gets made here in the second half, all of a sudden it's a 2-possession game. But by getting the block, they keep this thing really close. Let's see how their offense can respond.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. With the catch, it's Hill. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. Bust through behind his pad. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Runs through the tackle.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And here we go, down the score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Finds his big tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
On the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Oh, he'll keep it on the draw.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways.
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. He's going to lose a yard on that one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. And this one will be stopped for no gain. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. Moore will throw. Gets it out quickly. He is pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. He slides that just inside the right upright. The lead is down to a field goal. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting matchup this week in the Mountain West, and it sure is playing out that way. Colorado State is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Cam the Ram isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 10 over New Mexico. The Mountain West likes to keep things interesting, and we'll circle back if anything big happens. Gentlemen?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the 1st down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off.
He's loose at the 20. Touchdown, Arizona State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside is 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Oh, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Moore to the air. Fires on the move. Got his man to the left. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working. That last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Guided out of bounds and the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Off the RPO, complete. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Gonna look downfield again. Under fire. Unleashes one deep. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. They go to the ground. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Rides to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Looking for a man. It's Levitt. Got it in the middle. It's Cross. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. Well, the dreams of an undefeated season are over. Certainly an accomplishment to make it this far, but this week in practice is probably going to be pretty interesting.
It's going to be very tough after suffering that loss, but you wonder, David, if this might be a blessing in disguise for them, because sitting here at 1 loss late in the year, their college football playoff hopes very much alive still. Now, can they turn this into a positive and get back on the horse?
And we've seen that in recent years, right? Like you saw Ohio State, they used a late loss to catapult them. They had so much energy and so many doubters and haters that propelled them to go win a national championship. So this moment, while it's sad and it's kind of depressing for them, could be one of the better moments of their season if they use it for good.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.